Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the afternoon keynote talk. Whether it's your morning coffee, your afternoon coffee, or your evening gin and tonic, wherever poison you have, and looking forward to a great conversation here. Sarah, our head of events, interviewing Hugo Braam, co-founder and CEO of Virtuagym, one of the most recognized and household names in fitness software and applications. They've done an incredible job in the past few years of expanding their offerings and their products, and their insights into the market, given the number of operators they speak to on a day-to-day basis, are incredible. But for now, I'll leave you in the very good hands of Sarah and Hugo.
Success is born through great service, but greatness takes hard work. That's what we'll help you with. Virtuagym is made to create healthy businesses and happy members. You'll have everything you need to run your business, no matter what you need to know, no matter where you are. It starts with growing your business online. We'll automate key tasks that reduce staff hours and hassle, so you can offer a connected member experience. No matter how you serve your members, whether you'd like your members to take control of their training, or you prefer to help them through personal attention, Virtuagym supports an integrated coaching system that will show your members they're succeeding. Go beyond exercise and offer complete lifestyle coaching through your own branded environment. Here you can facilitate interaction to keep your members committed through challenges, messages, or our integrations with innovative technology partners. We innovate so you won't have to worry about offering your members the very best. Take staff operations into the cloud for the flexibility you need to grow your business with lasting success.
Welcome to the World Fitness and Wellness Online Summit organized by the Fit Summit. My name is Sarah and I'm the head of events at Fit Summit. Today, I also have the honor of interviewing an amazing individual, Hugo Braam. Hugo is the CEO and co-founder of Virtuagym. Virtuagym launched in 2008 as a consumer app for web and mobile, providing users with an easy and fun way to work with and track their nutrition. With over 15 million users worldwide, Virtuagym is one of the leading innovators in the digital health and fitness domain. Thanks for joining us today, Hugo. Let me dive into the first question straight away. How is it? Could you please just sum up this past few months in a few words?
Sure. Thanks, Sarah. I think as for many businesses, it's been quite crazy, right? The world basically got turned upside down, and I think compared to other industries, for the fitness industry, obviously the lockdown came quite hard. I'd say for us as a fitness technology provider who's primarily active in the B2B space, so we're providing our software to gyms and studios and trainers, was a bit double. On the one side, of course, it was painful to see our customers kind of having to close down, not being able to offer physical services, losing out on revenue. Also for our company, COVID came at a bad time because we were just about to close a large bank loan, which fell through. So we had to let go quite some people, around 20% of our workforce. So that was painful. Yet on the other side, what we did see is that COVID really had a positive impact on adoption of digital in the space. So suddenly, all of our existing customers and new prospective customers kind of reaching out to us, looking for services to be able to provide coaching services to their members remotely. So, I said also, if you look at how we've been doing, it's just double. On the one side, we've been losing customers that would have been going out of business. On the other side, we've seen a great growth of new customers signing up for our solution. So
what I can summarize is that it has been pretty up and down for you. It's been pretty volatile, just like how every other business out there. But there has been good news for you as well. So congratulations on winning new clients. Putting off few people, it's kind of unavoidable, right? Like these are something that every company is actually facing during this period. I understand. One of the first questions that I wanted to diving straight into the industry, like what you mentioned with the explosion of online consumer health and fitness, how has your consumer business performed?
Yeah, as mentioned, our primary business is really business to business. So we basically provide consumer-facing experience technology for business customers. We do have some a consumer app providing, and so that doubled. But still, for us, it's a small part of our overall business, and yeah, COVID kind of did also immediately make us focus to enhance that consumer experience, because we basically, through our business customers, provide a consumer experience for them. So we added stuff like streaming workout videos in the app, Zoom and YouTube live streaming integrations, etc. So there's a lot of additional experiences for that end user. And that in the end also overall led to an increase of app usage overall of 300% compared to March last year. So yeah, I'd say in general it's been good. Yeah.
That's great to hear, especially the fact that you say there's been an increase of 300%. That must be pretty good numbers for you as a company as well. I mean, what recent trends are you noticing in consumer fitness and nutrition? And what implications do these have on owners and operators?
That's, I think, an interesting question, because especially the last couple of weeks, there's so much been going on in our space. I think obviously one of the big things everybody's talking about is the recent big tech giants, Amazon and Apple, entering the space after the initial success of brands like Peloton. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that in a way you could see this as a threat, right? So they're taking a piece of the pie. They're providing an alternative training experience for people at home. But I think in the end, as an industry, we shouldn't be too concerned about this, because on the one side, I think working out at home is not for everybody, right? So people like to go out, have additional facilities like a sauna, like exercise machines. Not everybody wants to put a bike in their house. People like the social interaction, the personal attention. So there's a lot of stuff why people become a member at the gym. It's not just about working out, but everything around it. At the same time, and maybe that's more important and I think could be more impactful for the industry, is that I think these new offerings, which are really pushed hard into the market by these big tech giants, will allow us to grow the piece of the pie. If you look at Western markets today, the typical penetration of fitness is somewhere between 15 and 20%. So that still means that over 80% of the population is basically not being served by our industry. And it's a huge opportunity to tap into. And I think there's multiple reasons because of this, but it's definitely one of the reasons is because people are unfamiliar with it, maybe intimidated to walk into a club. They don't feel comfortable enough. And I think the great thing about these home workout experiences is that people from the comfort of their home can get to experience the product of fitness, maybe build like a base stamina, base health and fitness, making them comfortable enough to say, hey, now I'm interested to actually go beyond doing these exercises at home, and I'm open to meet new people, actually get access to more professional services, maybe a personal trainer, etc. So I think bottom line, this is actually going to grow our business and enabling us to serve a bigger part of the population.
So what I can infer from what you said is that, it's great that you actually mentioned about the big giants actually entering into the fitness tech industry, because that's really the talk of the town right now. And you mentioning that we shouldn't see them as competition because there is so much more space left. Like what you said, the penetration rate has only been 20 to 30%. What I wanted to ask you following that was that what more can we do to basically reach or basically make full use of the full penetration into the market? What more can be done? And also considering the fact that we are competing with the big giants and also not to be seen as not to see them as competition? What more can be done?
Yeah, I think it's really about focusing on our strengths, right? Focusing on what we do best. And on the one side, that is basically facilities, right? So people working out at home, obviously they have limited space. So maybe they have a room where they can put some dumbbells or a bike, but beyond that, that's it, right? So I think one thing to set us apart is to provide additional services like a sauna, like really driving that social interaction. I think that's really where a lot of business also can improve. I think fitness is still quite individual. So as a business owner, really focus on building connections between members, building friendships, that can really help drive retention and provide also a USP compared to the more individual at-home workout experience. So that's on the one side, and on the other side, it's all about personal attention, right? If that's your offering, I think by personal attention, if you're providing personal coaching, obviously this is something that an online experience cannot offer in the same way, human contact. And that's also what we see in practice. And we make these coaching apps, and it works. But if you really want to have it be effective for a big part of the users group, we see that the combination of personal attention combined with technology works best. So it's that blended approach, and I think that's really where the fitness industry excels at, and we should focus on that. And then also moving forward, and that's already been a trend so far, is further diversification, right? If you look at gyms before, it was basically a one-fits-all solution, right? It was a big space with machines. Everybody could just walk in, become a member. Obviously, the challenge with these type of solutions in an increasing competitive environment is that if you don't focus on a specific target group, you may in the end be less appealing for these niche groups. So I think that's been a trend also with the boutique studios, etc. Focus more on the narrow reach, really determine who is my target group, what am I serving them, and why am I appealing to them, and why will I resonate, my brand, my service will resonate better than a more general Fitness Plus experience from Apple, for example. So also focusing and really narrowing down your service for a specific target group will help there, being it elderly people, being it millennials looking to go into this rich studio experience, also with social interaction. So there's plenty of space of the market to be successful in, I think, moving forward.
So what I can conclude from whatever you mentioned, the three things that I picked up was, the first thing was obviously there has to be that something extra that you have to offer, especially when it comes to membership experience. And the second thing, the way to go is really not to focus on like the general public or to everybody, like what the big giants are doing, but to actually identify your target market, the niche market, and basically work towards that, because that will definitely enable you the profit and the direction your company is heading towards. Very well said. Thank you so much for sharing that, Hugo. Moving on to my third question. Virtuagym Professionals has developed to become a one-stop solution, like what you mentioned, for business owners. And how has your customer base evolved over the years in line with your development?
A long time ago, we've been around for a long time. We started the business already 13 years ago, which in fitness technology kind of makes us a dinosaur, so to say. Yeah, we were actually one of the first movers out there. When we started out, the app and the iPhone was just released. The App Store didn't exist. And we were a website providing people with like personalized workout plans and nutrition plans and progress tracking. So basically a website. And we had many people saying like, are people going to track their health and fitness with a computer? Little did they know that, of course, within a couple of years, everybody was carrying a computer in their pocket, right, through the mobile phones. And yeah, since then, obviously, the big success in the fitness app domain kind of doesn't require us to explain kind of why this makes sense. So our journey since then has been a long one of various pivots. So we started out as a consumer solution, and then in 2013 we pivoted the business to a B2B offering. So basically allowing businesses in the fitness space to use our consumer experience with their own brand, etc. And then over the years, we expanded that experience with additional offerings. So first it was just a coaching experience, your own logo, trainer interface. Then we added a booking tool, right? So people could book group fitness classes and coaching sessions. Then we added the whole membership and billing side of things, and later lead management, etc. So currently we basically focus on four main pillars, which become four modules in our system, which is manage and grow, which is really about managing your business and growing your user base, such as membership billing, booking, lead management, web shop, analytics, etc. And then we have coach and engage, which really focuses on providing that amazing end user experience. So workout plans, nutrition coaching, a community, the ability to run challenges, track progress, etc., etc. So, and that those two combined, which we kind of present as an all-in-one experience, has resonated really well in the market. And when, as a club, you have to work with many different providers, things can get complicated quite often. You have limited integrations. Obviously, multiple licenses also typically it can add up. So currently around 70% of our customers use that all-in-one solution. So everything is seamlessly working together. However, we are perfectly fine. As I said, 30% uses our coach and engage point as a point solution combined with other member management providers. And this is fine for us. I really believe in kind of being open. So we integrate and play nice with everybody. Exchange data, because we believe in the end it should be our customers' choice, right? So the businesses can choose if they love their current member management provider. Hey, we can integrate with them and make that seamless experience work for them. And that approach has been working really well for us. So over the last 7 years, basically since 2013, on average, we've grown 80% annually. So that's been quite crazy, and currently we have almost 8,000 businesses worldwide make use of our solution. And as you mentioned in the beginning, that's covering over 50 million end users. So
nice to hear, Hugo. I think when you were talking, you were mentioning about the many different offerings that you offer in the digital solutions that you're offering to your members. I just wanted to be cheeky and ask a bit about what is the most populated member offering, or the ones that you see many of the operators actually coming back to you and wanting to know more about that. What is the most popular option for your members?
I get that question a lot. So I must say it depends a bit on the type of business that we serve, right? So typically, of course, personal trainers, they have a different setup than compared to a gym. For example, with personal trainers, the customers don't have access to the workout planning because the trainer does it for them. Within gyms, they allow this as a self-management tool. So, but let's take a gym. So within the gym offering, the two things are the most popular. One is the workout section. So basically the ability to get access to workout plans. I'm a big believer of this benefit, because I think maybe the number one issue when people enter the gym is basically the lack. Yeah, they don't know what to do. I don't know if you ever joined the gym, but if you're lucky, you can get an intake with an instructor, right? It's often not set up very well. So if you can give people this really easy access to beginner training plan, so they can just, in the comfort of their own mobile phone, basically, they can also have a look at it at home, see what exercises they need to do, and how to do it, and track that. I think that's really really helpful, and it shows in the data that this is the most used version. Then for clubs that also offer kind of group fitness classes, etc., it's the booking solution that's kind of the second piece that is mostly used. Yeah.
Definitely. I agree with you about what you mentioned about not knowing what to do when you enter a gym. There's always that dilemma down there. So I would think that that would be one of the most popular options for you. I think what you were mentioning a bit of the kind of restrictions that you have in terms of the many offerings, what are the complications that you've encountered. But how has operator requirements evolved this year, especially in response to this public health crisis? And how has this influenced your thinking for the future?
Yeah, so obviously now with COVID-19, it has the need arose for some very specific features that our customers wanted. So, for example, upon reopening of the clubs, they wanted like a COVID-19 symptom check linked to a booking solution that was linked to access control, right? For example, and once customers entered the facilities, that you have a real-time dashboard so you can see how many people are in your facility, because this was in certain countries also limited to a maximum. Then obviously during the lockdowns, there were need for like the streaming workout experiences for at home. So those are things, but I think maybe the biggest impact in general, as I mentioned before, it's really about it created focus in our gym industry, which I think typically is kind of run by many people that are typically people and not so much technology people. And COVID-19 really created this focus on fitness technology and awareness of how it can improve the member experience. So I think, yeah, long term, this has been very beneficial. I think it pushed the industry forward a couple of years just instantly. So I think overall it's great, because I think technology can have a great impact on that fitness experience. I think the traditional fitness experience is maybe even broken. If you look at the data, they say around 15% they have that intrinsic motivation to go work out. The other 85 are struggling. They don't really like going to the gym. And I think there, with proper instruction, engagement, ongoing motivation, and this is where technology can help make that affordable and sustainable during the customer lifetime of the member. I think that's where technology can make a great impact. So it's, I think, amazing that now it finally gets the attention which, in my view, it deserves. I've been working very hard for over 10 years on this, and so it's great that it's now so booming. Yeah.
It's not only you Hugo, but there has been. I think this is the digital era, the one that we're always talking about. The digital era is coming. I think it's finally here. And like, you were mentioning about how like it has this space especially has broke out from the traditional norm of how fitness actually happens. And now, everyone is really intrinsically motivated to actually work out. Then it comes to my next conversation, which is hybrid fitness memberships. What's going to happen after this phase, right? Like, can you share your thoughts on what you think is going to happen for when it comes to hybrid fitness membership, on its future, and what considerations operators must have while developing this offering?
Yeah, I think, again, COVID has been a big driver, not just for the fitness industry, but also with the customers of the fitness industry in technology adoption, right? So I think many people got the taste of technology-driven training experiences at home. And now, for me, I don't think that means that it's going to be a full substitute for them, because I think, as mentioned before, we offer so much more as an industry than just the home working out experience. But I do think that it is a nice addition to the experience, right? So you can imagine when it's raining, or you can't find a babysitter, or whatever reason you can't make it to the facility, you can still do that at-home workout. So, and also it can help basically expand the offering of a facility relatively affordable, right? So stuff like yoga, meditation, mindfulness, basically any type of workout classes that would cost a lot of time and investment to offer in the facility, you can easily offer at home digitally. So I think there's also will be a demand. Apart from going to the gym, I do it myself. I do strength training, but I also like to do yoga, right? So then it's easy to have that in one included experience. So if I have to give advice to operators in the industry, I really think twice about doing this yourself. So during COVID, I think it was amazing to see that all these business owners, they jumped on like the live streaming and creating these workout videos, sharing it through Instagram, etc. And I think this was appreciated by their member base. Everybody was supportive for their gyms. But I think moving forward, consumers are going to expect a more high-end experience than just the Zoom experience set up from the iPhone at home, right? Especially with big brands like Apple pushing solutions like Fitness Plus into the market. I don't think you can get away with that anymore as a brand. So if you want to be able to provide something at home, I think it should be a top-notch experience. It's an expansion of your brand, right? So you need to make sure it's great. And during COVID already, we've seen some of our customers be very successful. We have great success stories of studios charging $130 per month, which were able to keep doing that by providing this great live streaming experience. Obviously, they have a great loyal client base as well. But I think in general, it's just better to work with professional providers. So we saw many clubs struggle there, and we figured like, hey, we have over 7,000 customers, right? So why can't we basically join forces, join at power, and develop a great, rich at-home training experience for all those customers all together? So that's a solution that we call Stronger Together, and it's really about we combine all the components in our system, such as the community and content groups, and we fill that with rich content on fitness, nutrition, and wellness. We're running bi-weekly challenges where members can win real prizes. They have access to virtual workouts that we add every week. There's over 1,000 streaming workout videos that they can use. We have audio meditation in there for a more holistic wellness experience. So basically, we're creating kind of like a Netflix of fitness type of experience, investing a lot of resources in that to do it high quality, and then allowing our customers to be able to offer that to the members, basically by turning a switch and opening up the content in their app. And then with little or no effort, be able to monetize this towards the member base. So I think that is in the end the solution moving forward. There will be a few brands that are able to do it. We have customers like ours. Basic Fit is the biggest chain in Europe. They have over 800 clubs. Yes, they built their own studio for group fitness classes, and they can deliver that great quality. But I think for the majority of the industry, I think you need to work together, and so far, the response has been really positive on this initiative.
I guess the competition is finally on, from whatever you mentioned. Like now we're competing with, we have competitors that we have to, and we cannot offer the same traditional methods like whatever we have been offering, and collaboration with professionals, especially. And we have to move beyond just the Zoom platform, because that's not exactly what hybrid membership or virtual classes should be moving forward. So I completely agree with you on what you said. I think moving on from the fitness tech conversations, you've enjoyed early and continued success in securing investors to build out your company. Like what you mentioned, you started at the early stages. You were a pioneer for the fitness tech. Are investors' optics and metrics now changing, or are they still looking for the fundamentals?
Yes, that's an interesting question. So I think over the last few years, investor optics have really been changing from basically the bull mentality of high growth, doesn't matter how much you burn, towards a more cautious approach, more solid businesses with solid metrics and solid fundamentals, with at least on the horizon on profitability, right? So, but I think I do think that COVID changed some things, maybe in the first place, because a lot of industries suddenly, just been deteriorated, like travel, and there's a lot of old restaurants, etc. There's big industries, also the supportive tech providers of that have been hurt. So I think in general, if you're in an industry that's showing growth, which fitness technology obviously is, it's doing more than that, but it's showing growth. That obviously is creating a lot of interest with investors. I think nevertheless, for us as a company, we still believe in building kind of a sustainable business and looking at our key metrics there. We are actually now in the process of just starting raising a new round. So we're looking to raise around 20 million. So we're just initiating conversations. So I'll definitely let you know in a few months how that's been going. But I think overall, fitness technology, the market is looking good. So I'm positive. Let's see.
Well, good luck with the new venture. We're wishing you all the best for that. I think one of the interesting questions that I wanted to ask, that you were mentioning about how investors' perspectives have changing and has been evolving to a much more cautious approach. If our industry, it's a hypothetical question, if our industry had access to unlimited capital, like where would you like to see new investments being prioritized and why?
Well, I've always had a vision for our company to make the world a healthier, happier place. And so if I would have to answer this question, I would do it in line with that vision. And that would mean that I think as an industry, I mean, regardless if we have unlimited capital, I still think we should do it, but unlimited capital would help. I think it's all about investing in measurability of outcome. And what I mean with that is that presently, of course, with COVID, there's extra focus on it. But before COVID, Western societies are facing huge challenges with like population health, right? Medical costs going through the roof due to an aging population. Obviously, the increased lifestyle-related diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, etc. And I think our industry is the answer to this problem, right? Exercise is medicine. We've been just not be able to tap into that. And I think in order to make ourselves part of that healthcare solution, and I think this is very promising, because then we could get health insurance companies to pay for the memberships, right? Which makes perfect sense, right? Not just on a curative level, but also preventative level. We can save so much money. But again, we need to be able to measure outcome, because I think the healthcare industry doesn't trust the fitness industry, right? We're still from the 70s. We have the association with like the bodybuilding, use of steroids, etc. I don't think that's
leisure.
Yeah, they don't take us seriously yet. So by using data and showing that if somebody with, for example, diabetes joins the club, they get a certain protocol supported by technology, and then obviously done by the club and the trainers, and helping those people get real outcomes and getting them off their insulin, we're saving thousands and thousands of dollars on an individual person, right? So I think for me, if we have unlimited amounts of funding, let's focus on, if we don't have it, also let's focus on that. And I think personally for our company, there's a lot of opportunity there as well.
Hugo, it's very interesting that you said that. And I'm not very surprised by this, because like I've had this concern, and this particular investment has been raised by more than a few individuals. I think the interesting part that we've raised is not just collaboration with healthcare institutions or professionals, but it's about measuring the outcome that comes of it and showing this sets and trends to the people, so that we're not just being viewed just for leisure or recreational, but this is being seen as like solving a world problem, actually. I think that's a very great point that you raised. So thank you for saying that. I think, where do you see the most future growth for Virtuagym? Is it based on new products, new customers, or new regions?
Yeah, so I think there's maybe, we keep doing what we're doing. It's basically keep pushing our offering expanding our market reach. We're still growing super fast, so there's a lot of potential in kind of keep selling what we're doing. But in line with my previous answer, I think moving forward, I expect our biggest growth is becoming that connecting platform, allowing the fitness industry to become an extension of the healthcare system, right? Because when you're talking about measurability, that's our business, right? We can really track members' progress over time. There's like tons of metrics that are being tracked either automatically or through the manual logging of the user. And I think so moving forward, we want to develop more programming, protocolization of treatment, and of course also make use of new technologies like stuff like big data, pattern recognition, AI-driven coaching. Really build smart solutions to make a change. And I think there's a lot of potential. I think the cost of diabetes alone worldwide is 800 billion. Right, so that's way more than the total revenue of the fitness industry.
Yes,
so I think in terms of growth, I think it's really about that connection of fitness with preventative and curative healthcare.
I guess the future is really about establishing this connection that you said, because like what you mentioned about the diabetes rate, it's definitely, the problem is that it's about looking at the right places for the right solution. So thank you so much for sharing that. I would like to end this interview by asking you one of the final questions that we ask all our key CEOs, is that, can you share with us a key business lesson that you have learned early while building your company that still holds true today?
Maybe the most important lesson for me that I've experienced also in practice. I started the company together with my brother, as mentioned, 13 years ago. I think it's about never giving up. When we started our business, we had this vision about how technology could make a change in how people would be active and get healthier. And we were really early at the time. I think maybe we were too early. And we really struggled in getting traction. So over the first 3.5 years, my brother and I, we paid ourselves 1,200 euros gross every month. And we came from good jobs. So it was a big step back. So for 3.5 years, we basically had to save money. And in the end, but we kept believing in that this had to be kind of a thing that will be picking up. And I think because we never gave up and we kind of kept trying, and once we made a pivot to the business to business side of things, we started getting traction and getting success. So that's also in line with founder of GoDaddy, Bob Parson. He has some amazing business rules, and one of them is also never give up. And he kind of adds to that, like when things look like you're ready to quit, like when you're really down, and never forget that that's the closest moment to success that you have ever been. And I think that's a very interesting way of looking at it. But in any case, never giving up has helped us get where we are today. So I would definitely advise other entrepreneurs to believe in their dream and keep going for it.
That's one solid advice that you said down there. Thank you so much, Hugo. I'll keep this in mind. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this interview. Thank you so much, Hugo, for your time. Any final words to wrap up this interview?
No. I mean, people watching, I'm assuming that they're interested in the fitness technology space, right? So I would just say, let's celebrate these times, because I think it's amazing to see what other companies and just the industry is doing in general. There's so much progress. It gets me excited and super happy to get up every day to moving forward. So, and I assume that goes for everyone. So let's enjoy these times and make a change with it on worldwide health and happiness.
Thank you so much, Hugo. Thank you.